Yep, it says it's live, but the thing on YouTube isn't popping up. That's cool.
That's threatening.
That is threatening. Yeah. Wait, is it? What the fuck? I am.
We're so bad at this.
Yeah.
Wait, how many episodes are we in? Like 5 now?
Yeah. How the fuck?
We've done this like 4 times now.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You've done this like 5.
But I haven't had to set it all up by myself. No, wait, what the fuck? Hi, we're gonna, like, do this.
I don't know if we're actually live or not.
I don't know if we're actually live or not either.
Why are we bad at this?
Wait, okay,
we are.
Whoops, let me change all this. Luckily there's nobody listening right
Mobster
now. Mobster mash.
Yeah, whenever you guys listen to this back, or like watch like the re-upload of this, I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're both very sorry. I can't spell.
Oh my god. Just to clarify, the keyboard in here is like one of those like chunky ones.
Yeah.
So like it's really hard to type.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to change it so it's episode 5, then we need to name it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like we're still setting this up as we're going. This is like a minute 18 in and we're confused.
Yeah.
Should we name it though? Cryptids and cows.
Weird. Wait, yeah, cryptids and cows, perfect.
Yeah.
Cows and cryptids. Yeet. Hi to the one person watching. We're very sorry. We fucked up with the streaming thing again.
We've been setting up for the past 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're really not good at this whole like live thing.
I don't know why we're doing this. I mean, I do know why, because we gotta talk about Mothman somewhere.
Yeah, we need somewhere to talk about Mothman.
Yeah. Though we've already done that.
Yeah, well, welcome to Monster Mash, the show for monsters, by monsters, or by monsters, for monsters, however you want to put it, it's the same.
True.
Yeah, today, if you have not read the title, or if it hasn't updated, we're talking about cryptids, and also cow mutilations, which is what I'm gonna talk about, because why the fuck not?
Yeah, we love cryptids and cows.
Yeah,
and maybe some, you know,
yeah, there's like some correlation.
Some like correlation, some crossover.
Causation does not equal, or correlation does not equal causation, but
Yeah,
it possibly does.
I mean, it could.
It could be. Who knows? It's just weird.
It's either cryptids or aliens, or like...
Yeah, or just weird people.
Or just really weird people.
So, yeah, what I'm gonna talk about is something that, like, when I look it up, all I look up is, like, cattle mutilations unsolved. And it, like, pops up, like, all of these articles pop up, and I'm just like, okay, that's a story for me.
Alright, found it. Found the run.
So, like, I'm gonna give this some backstory as to why I'm interested in this, because I feel like it's weird otherwise.
Yeah.
So, like, when I was in elementary school, I don't know if anybody else remembers, like, those scholastic book fairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like...
Oh, yes.
Our school had one, and there was a book that I bought, and it was called, like, Scary States, like, 50 Scary States or something like that.
How old were you?
I don't remember how old I was. I know it was, like, elementary school for sure.
I love the fact that they put that on the shelf.
Yeah, and it was, like, it was a fucking scary book. It's the same with, like, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Like, kids should not be reading this, but we give it to them.
I know.
Yeah, but there was this book that was called, like, 50 Scary States, or, like, Scary States of the U.S., something weird like that. And
one of my friends, no, this is not, like, okay, just really quick. Just on the topic of, like, things children should not be watching. One of my friends in 5th grade watched, like, all the Saw movies. I, like, loved it. So, like, it's kind of weird to me, like...
Yeah, there was someone in my school who told me about Chucky, like, and I just... Now I think back about it, and I'm like, who the fuck were their parents letting them watch, like, Child's Play and Chucky movies? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? But, like, anyway.
Yeah, continue. It's just, it's like a interesting point.
Yeah, it's weird. We let kids see some weird stuff. But,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had this book, and it had, like, a bunch of weird stuff in it, but not, like, most of it wasn't, like, actually scary. It was just, like cryptids, or, like, I think one of them was, like, a chupacabra thing, like...
If you break a mirror, it's bad luck, like I said, you know?
But they were, like, based on wherever the state was. And the one for Montana, I remember it was Montana. it was about these cattle mutilations, and it was so completely different than the other ones because it was, like, actually terrifying. And just, like, the way they described everything, it was, like, I don't know how to describe it. It was, like, weirdly real, or, like, realistic, and the way they described it was just so creepy. I was like, what the
Cow
fuck?
mutilations for children.
Cow mutilations for children. For the children's. Yeah, and it just, I, like, remembered it for a long time, because it scarred me for life. But then when I was in, like, 5th grade or something, there was a show on the History Channel. The History Channel, for some reason, called Monster Quest. And I used to watch that show all the fucking time. And there was one episode that was about these cattle mutilations, and I started watching it, and I fucking had, like, a panic attack. I was like, I remember this! No! And it was very scary. But...
So it's in Montana.
So, from what I have read online, it's in, like, Montana, Colorado, like, northern, like, states.
I've
like,
heard of some
Midwest.
that are in Argentina.
Ooh.
I'll tell you about those later, like, later on the episode, because this might correlate.
Yeah. But most of them are, like northern area, like I said, like, Montana, Colorado, or, like, the Midwest. And they've apparently been going on since the 1960s, and nobody knows what the fuck is happening.
This is a very Midwestern episode.
Yeah, I just realized that. We're talking about... I'm gonna put, like, very Midwestern episode in the description later. But also, this article is called, What is Mutilating Cows in the Midwest? FBI probed thousands of reports of cattle killed with surgical precision since the early 1970s. With the deaths blamed on satanic cults, the government, and aliens. Which, that's a great title. But, basically what happens with these cattle mutilations, it's like ranchers will find dead cows having their ears, lips, eyes, noses, anuses, and genitalia removed with surgical precision.
Hello?
I don't know if you guys just heard that, but yeah, somewhat.
We've got some neighbors, just letting you know.
That's my mood right now. Calm the fuck down. And, like, there are conflicting theories as to what is happening with these cattle mutilations, because the ranchers, and me, for this matter, are like, this isn't an animal. This ain't no, like, coyote running around.
I mean, it's, like, really specific.
It's weird, and, like, no coyote's gonna cut out a cow's asshole. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not a thing that happens in real life. Like, if a coyote's gonna eat a dead cow, it's gonna eat the dead cow and not weirdly take off certain parts of the body. I
don't feel like a coyote is, like, smart enough to be
no, for sure
I'm gonna, like, cut out these parts of an animal surgically.
And not eat it.
Like...
Yeah, it's...
Like, an animal's just gonna go and find a dead body and then it's gonna eat it. Or it's gonna kill something and then eat the dead body. It's not gonna, like, pick and choose. Yeah, it's surviving,
like,
you know?
Animals don't do that. Animals don't surgically remove parts of an animal and don't eat the rest of the animal.
Yeah, like, hello?
Yeah, so the fact that people are trying to be like, oh, it's just, like, wild animals killing them or, like, whatever. Fucking no, it's not. No, it isn't. I'm just gonna say that now. It is not animals doing this. If it's humans, fucking weird, but it makes more sense. And if it's aliens, again, weird, makes more sense than an animal.
Yeah.
At this point. So this article has a story from a couple who, like, give eyewitness accounts to what they think happened. So, on a bright sunny morning in the summer of 1973, I know that, like, it's the 70s, what if they're, like, smoking pot? No, this has been going on since the early 70s, and even up until now. Like, this isn't just, like, an isolated thing that one couple in the 70s was like, I think aliens are killing our cows. Like, that's not what this is. And they say that they witnessed, and this is in Missouri, which is not, like, northern in the like, it's not in the northern U.S. states, but, like I said, it's not completely isolated. Like, it's not only Montana or only Colorado. It's, like, weird because it spreads across different states, kind of. So that's another thing where I'm like, this can't be, like, just an animal, because, like, why would it if it's a regional animal, then it wouldn't be in other states. And if it's, like, I don't fucking, whatever, anyways.
It's really weird.
Yeah, they say that, so this couple says that they saw a green cone-shaped craft next to which two silver little beings were standing over a large black cow.
Oh, I'm disappointed if that's what aliens look like.
Yeah, right, me too. And,
I feel like the world hyped us up for more than this.
Yeah, so the wife says that she told her husband, "My God, they got a cow, what are they doing to it? It had its eyes open and its tongue was just hanging out a little bit, but it was just laid there and didn't move." And she then goes in to describe, like, in detail, how she saw the aliens running their hands over the cow and inspecting their long fingers before they floated into their large ship in the distance.
This is so oddly specific.
It's weird. And then, like, they go on to say that their neighbors never believed the story, although one did admit to having one black cow left unaccounted for the next day. So, like, a cow went missing, and, yeah, and there are, like, photos of this. I'm not gonna put them in this one like I did with the Zodiac stuff, because these are, like, graphic photos.
Yeah, they're not great photos.
Yeah, it's, like, graphic photos of what happened to the cows, and it's, like, this one had its udders removed, and it's, like, in the pictures, you can tell that it's not, like, it's surgical.
It's not normal, yeah.
It's not normal. It's, like a scalpel or something, like, and I don't know exactly what that looks like, but it doesn't look like an animal. And, for anyone who doesn't know, I grew up in Texas, where there are a lot of wild animals who kill other wild animals. This isn't anything like I've ever seen before, and I've seen a lot of, like, weird stuff happen to animals in the wild. This is not like any of that at all. So, like, the height of the mutilations took place in the 70s, but they haven't stopped. Because there's this photo from July of 2013, which I know that was, like, a few years ago, but it's still fucking...
6 years
recent.
ago.
Yeah. With its tongue completely removed. Like...
No animal's just gonna be like, let me open this cow's mouth and rip out its tongue, you know?
Yeah.
Not even rip out, like, cut out.
Surgically cut out a cow's tongue and then just leave the rest of it to, like, decompose.
That's
like,
so weird.
Yeah, and in the Monster Quest episode that I watched about this, I rewatched it recently because I knew I was gonna talk about it on this. And, they like, set up a camera next to a dead cow, and, like, no animals come near it at all. Like, no wild animals come near this thing, and they don't eat it or anything. They just leave it alone. So it's like, you know, there's something more to what's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, so the FBI's database of unsolved mysteries has, like, these cattle mutilations in it. Like, it's in the FBI has looked at this, and they don't even know what the fuck is happening.
Ooh.
Because it's outraged farmers for, like, decades now, because they don't know what the hell is happening. And speculation surrounding, like, who or what is responsible for all of this, it ranges from satanic worshippers, government agents, and then, like I said, like, aliens, like this couple is claiming. And, like, the weird thing isn't that the cows died. The weird thing is just how they died. Because most of them, like I said, they have various organs taken out, removed with, like, laser-like precision, and some of them have even been, like, drained of blood, which is, again, something that wild animals don't do. They don't typically, drain cows of their blood and then the rest of it. And here's another thing about the states that this is, like, scattered across. South Dakota, Colorado, Kansas, Nevada, Montana. So that's, like, where most of them take place. And, ew, God, I just scrolled past another photo of it. Ugh. But this article from 2016 says the shocking truth behind the 10,000 animal mutilations.
Ooh,
so there have
that's
been
a lot.
over 10,000 of these cow mutilations reported.
So, like, here's the thing. There's no way that it's, like, a person, because that's a lot of cows, and it's, like, there's not that many. There's a lot of distance. It's one person. Because I don't feel like there's several people that just want to mutilate cows.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, I guess you could say it, but, like, I don't feel like that's
wow, and then this one has a story from Texas, even. What the fuck? Oh, there's another photo. It's, like, literally just a cow skeleton.
Yikes.
Yeeps. Jesus. This one is actually about horses. Never mind, that wasn't a cow. This is about horses. So, yeah, it's happened to the main two animals that it's happened to are cows and horses. Mainly cows, but some of the stories that I've, like, read online happen to horses. And a quote from this article is, even from a distance, they could tell that the two fully mature horses lying prone in the grass had died unnaturally. Like, again, like, even the farmers, who for sure see dead animals alive, are like, this isn't something normal.
So, okay, really quick, the whole Argentina thing, it's just very short.
Yeah.
It's like the exact same thing is happening in Argentina and has been for, like, a very long time, where there's, a lot of, like, cattle mutilations. It's, like, this exact same thing, where it's, like, laser cut, like, sometimes drained of blood, and they actually had veterinarians come out and look at the bodies, and all these veterinarians were saying that, that they didn't know how a human could have possibly done it, like, and they were, like, veterinarians and surgeons that were coming out and saying this, and they were like, there's no way an animal would.
Yeah, it's, like, not an animal, not a human, what the fuck?
They also thought that, like, government officials were, like, testing new weapons on, like, cattle, which is, like, interesting. Why would you? Okay, you know.
Yeah, some of the theories here are, like, about the government, like, having some weird hand in, like, what's happening. So this is another excerpt from the story about the horses. So the animal pawed at the ground, eyes rapidly shifting. This one, when they found him, was alive. Spit pooling at the edges of his mouth. They immediately saw a reddish mark on the horse's upper nose, what looked to be some sort of cut, scrape, or even burn about the size of a quarter. And they found similar marks on the inside of the animal's legs. Which, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it just
like,
doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah, like, none of it.
With that many animals, though. Like, it's like, that many.
Oh, ew, there's another photo. God. Keep on fucking. And then this article says the states are, like, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah. So it's just fucking every state at this point.
Yeah, every state that has a farm.
Yeah, any state that has farms, it's... Yeah. Oh, God. And then another quote from this article, the wounds looked well surgical.
I mean, like, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
And, like, they look clean.
Yeah, and there was, like, not any blood.
Yeah.
Like, usually when you do something like that, there would be a lot of blood to clean up. And, in these photos, you can see it, there's none. Like, it's clean. Which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, I'm gonna go back to my, Texas thing. Like, when you slaughter an animal to eat, like, there's blood.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what happens. Like, when you skin animals and stuff, like, there's gonna be blood, and there's gonna be, like, the remaining, like, because another thing is, they don't find the body parts that were taken from the cows.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's another thing where people are like, well, yeah, it's animals, they're eating it. But, like, again, coyotes don't eat cows' asses.
Yeah.
Coyotes don't eat ass, you guys. Like, it's just, that's not a thing that happens in the wild. Like, if an animal's gonna eat another animal, it doesn't go for specific body parts.
It just goes for what it can eat, you know?
Yeah. And some of these, like, they've been skinned. Like, the heads have been skinned, or the leg, or something. And it's just...
Hello? I don't know what's happening over here. It's very chaotic. So if you hear, like, slams in the background, I don't know what's happening either.
Yeah, so, like, the animals in this story had been drained of blood, no red stains anywhere on the revealed bones, and the thing is, there was a mostly intact ribcage, skull, and, like, the limbs of the animal were, like opened up, and the bones were clean.
That's weird.
Yeah. Jesus. And, oh, ew, okay, so apparently, there did appear to be a darkened area of ground just in front of the dead horse and below its hooves. The police report that the farmers had read, the investigating officers had called it a pool of blood. But the two farmers who, like, this was their animal, were both experienced enough with dead animals to know the difference between decomposing fats and other body fluids and blood. A horse like this, maybe 1,200 pounds or before whatever happened to it, should have contained 4 gallons of blood. For whatever reason, this horse had been, like, drained of blood either before it was killed or after.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so there wasn't enough blood on the ground or in the body, like, for the horse.
Yeah.
Like, the blood was just gone. And, again, like, the darkened pool of, like, whatever was on the ground, it probably was not blood.
What if it was just, like, Mothman or something? He's pulling a fast one on us.
Mothman pulling a fast one on some cows.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, everything's possible and when it's unsolved.
Yeah. Looks like a long T-like incision going down what's left of the abdominal area. And they were focusing on the areas of the carcass where they could still see flesh and memorizing what they would eventually write down in a notebook. The back anal area was cut out in an unusual circular manner, void of the penis.
Oh, yikes.
The eyes, the tongue, and again, not the expected blood pooling, even with such a massive wound. And even days later, there should have been blood around the wounds, but there wasn't. So,
Oh, yeah, the thing with the Argentina one is that none of the bugs would eat it.
Yeah, that's something with these two, like, what's left of the body is, like, no animals, okay.
Do we need to enter this?
Sorry,
The Wi-Fi thing popped up.
Yeah, the are we still streaming? Is this okay? Do I need to do this?
Are we connected to Ethernet?
I hope so, because I don't...
If we are still streaming, I'm sorry. We're just freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, from cow mutilations to fucked up Wi-Fi here on Monster Mash. I mean, that's like pretty much...
It says we're still live.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna leave that window up. But, yeah, basically... Oh, well, there we are.
Our thumbnail's wrong.
Yeah, the
it's fine.
thumbnail is apparently wrong.
But it's okay.
On our screen, it's right.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Sorry,
anyways.
guys.
Yeah, that's basically, like, the whole thing. It's just fucking weird cow mutilation murder things that happen in these states. Nobody fucking knows what's happening, and it's been going on since the early 70s and until now.
That's crazy.
And, like, literally nobody knows what's causing it. Nobody. Even though that article was for some reason titled "The Truth Behind," like, whatever.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't say anything about the cause.
Yeah.
So that's a fucking lie, first of all. Yeah, fucking weird.
That is very, very strange. I just don't see it being a person just because of, like, that's a lot. That would be, like, a lot of people.
Yeah, though. And that'd be a big group to coordinate across various states. And,
yeah.
Like, to be like, okay, you're gonna cut out this cow's ass and eyes and drain it of blood. You're gonna do this to a horse and just skin it completely and, like, expose some bones on one side.
Almost it is something occult, but, like, at the same time, I don't see it as possible just because of, like, the veterinarians, like, said it to, like, and it's the exact same wounds from the cows and stuff in Argentina. So that it was laser cut and there's no way that, like, any ordinary people could get access to it.
Yeah, and another thing about the whole, like, it looked like it was done with laser-like precision. There was, like, no burns, which would be evidence of, like, actually using a laser to, like, cut out, like, body parts. Like, usually there would be burning, like, at least burning of, like, the fur on the animal. But in these, like, that's not a thing that happens. Like, it's just intact. It's
so
really weird. It's, just none of it makes any sense. So, that was my story that I had. Fucking weird cow murders that could possibly be done by aliens. Nobody knows, though. Fucking weird.
Well, on to a lighter story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about two cryptids. They both, like, have some evidence, but not so much. Like, it wasn't, like, 30 minutes enough for, like, one of them, so I had to do, like, two. So the first one I'm gonna be talking about is not Nessie, but Nessie's weird cousin who lives in Michigan named Bessie. Yes, Bessie. She looks exactly like Nessie, so maybe she is Nessie and Nessie just traveled, but I mean, who knows? We don't know how these things work. Also, I would like to point out that Lake Erie is, like, a Michigan thing. It does touch Ohio, but, like, since a Michigan named Bessie, I'm counting this as Michigan folklore. So.
Yeah. You know, the Finger Lakes.
Yeah, the Finger Lakes. Okay, so the first sighting was in 1793. This goes back.
Way back.
Yeah, this is in Sandusky, and the captain of a boat, accidentally startled a 16-foot-long serpent in the water of Lake Erie. Can I just say, like, my day would be ruined immediately, like, if I just saw a 16-foot-long serpent. Like, I've seen, like, a foot-long one in, like, Tennessee. I've seen, like, bigger ones there. But, like, you know, it's a lot. You know? I don't know. I can't handle that. I cannot. And so I guess that they were, like, shooting ducks or something when they saw it too. So I guess they had, like, guns, but, like, 16 foot long, apparently, like, 2 foot long and, like, circumference. I don't know. And then, like, the next sighting was, like, July 1817. Which was, like, a whole crew of a boat reported seeing another sighting. This time, it's a 30 to 40 foot long serpent.
That's not a serpent. That's not a snake.
Yeah, and, they just, like, reported it, but, like, nothing ever really happened of it. And, like, they really couldn't see much, other than its head poking up and, like, its long body. But, you know, that's kind of, like, the deal with that. And then later that same year, a different whole boat crew spotted a similar creature that was more like copper-colored versus, like, the dark gray, and was 60 feet long. So each sighting, it's getting longer, which is kind of frightening.
That's not good.
And the worst part of it is that they were shooting at it with muskets, and it had no effect. Like, at all. I would never get on a boat again. Like, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, no, never.
And then, like, that same year, again, another incident happened where two brothers in Toledo encountered a huge monster on the beach who seemed to be dying. They said it was between 20 and 30 feet long and looked like a large sturgeon but with arms. They left the scene, and when they returned, it was gone. The only thing that was left was a bunch of silver scales. But they also said that it looked like it was, like, dying. And I'm like, why is it 30 feet long now? I think that they just don't know how to measure things.
Yeah, right? They needed the iPhone measuring app.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know. The first big sighting to be picked up by newspapers happened from some New Yorkers traveling to Toledo from Buffalo. And this is 1892. Holy.
Sorry, I was trying to look up a cow mutilation photo that was safe enough to put on the thumbnail, but no.
None.
Yep, never mind.
Just
I'm just gonna keep
put
this Bessie photo up.
yeah, I mean, put a picture of a cow or something, just
True,
normal
let
cow.
me just put up like a cute... Wait, let me put up a picture of a blow-dried cow.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know if anybody... I'm sorry, this is very different.
That's fine.
But I don't know if anybody's ever seen a blow-dried cow, but I would see them at, like, the fair all the time, and they're the best things ever.
I love that.
They're beautiful. I love them. Anyways, sorry.
Okay, continuing.
Cryptids.
Cryptids. Bessie. This is 1892 now, and the captain of this ship saw a huge spot of water turned and bubbling beneath their boat. And as they looked closer, they saw a huge sea serpent that seemed to be fighting an unseen foe.
What?
So that adds another layer. Who's the unseen foe?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, hello. Oh no, you're hiding Bessie.
Oh, I put Bessie up in a second, but I just want people to
Look at the cow. And then they saw Bessie relax to 50 feet in length and 4 feet in circumference, and her head poked above the water 4 feet above. And it was a brownish creature with viciously sparkling eyes. I love her.
Yeah, she has beautiful eyes.
Hasn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, she's just a big girl who wants to have fun in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just trying to say hi.
Yeah, and then there's like a smaller sighting that's at Crystal Beach near Fort Erie in 1896. This time there were 4 eyewitnesses who watched for 45 minutes as a 30-foot-long creature with a dog-shaped head and pointy tail turned the water as it swam. There were alleged sightings in 1969, the 80s, and in 1993 as well. And in 1993, a marina owner actually offered a reward of $5,000 to anyone who can bring back Bessie alive.
Wow.
That's a very underwhelming amount of money to bring back a mythical creature.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute, that seems a little cheap.
Yeah, like, why are you giving $5,000 when you could win more on, like, a game show?
Yeah, just go on The Price is Right, man.
Yeah. But, like, the kind of recent sighting in the 80s was by 2 fishermen who were fishing in their boat in Lake Erie. And they said the water was still and calm all day. Halfway through, the water began to churn and swell beneath them, and they saw the form of what they described as the biggest alligator they'd ever seen at about 40 feet. The waves above kind of distorted its form, but they could at least make out the outline. So, you know, maybe there's a dinosaur.
Maybe there's a dinosaur in Lake Erie.
Maybe there's several. Maybe that's why there's different colors.
Ooh.
And
Dinosaur family.
Yeah, a dinosaur family in Lake Erie. That's my guess, and they're all Bessie's family. And honestly, I really love Bessie.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about her for only the past, 10 minutes, and I love her already.
Like, she just seems like the cryptid that's actually kind of a superhero.
Honestly, yeah, she's just trying to have a good time.
She's fighting an unseen foe. Who is the unseen
she's
foe?
Trying to protect the boat.
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Now, the Thunderbird, which I'm about to talk about.
Ooh. Hey, that's my house for the fucking American Harry Potter thing.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, I took the Pottermore quiz, and it was like, you're a Thunderbird. And I was like, that's cool. Bye.
That's a house?
Yeah, the American ones are weird. It's like Thunderbird, fucking... Not Bandersnatch, but there's
Bandersnatch?
Isn't
that like a Black Mirror? Isn't that Black Mirror? I was about to say.
I'm thinking of that British actor guy who played Sherlock.
Valid.
Anyways, sorry.
Okay.
That was a dumb joke.
I was confused. So, off of Bessie, even though I love Bessie.
Yeah.
Thunderbird.
Everyone does.
Thunderbird. What a fun one. I don't have everything about Thunderbird in here, just because I'm kind of I don't know, there wasn't that much when I was researching it, but I also think that there's more and I'm just dumb.
Yeah.
So.
I think the only thing I know about the Thunderbird is it's Native American, folklore stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to get into that. So, the Thunderbird comes from Native American folklore and was actually used as a form of teaching about, like, seasons, I think? Yeah. Or, like, weather. Or, yeah, I think it was weather.
Yeah.
And, they said that when a Thunderbird flapped its wings, thunder and lightning would appear and rain would fall down its back. Mm-hmm. There's even a story about it fighting a killer whale and destroying a bunch of land.
Damn.
But other times it's seen as, like, benevolent. It would help, like, tribes find food. So, you know, lovely. Here's something scary. It was described as 93 feet in length and with a 160-foot wingspan.
Whoa! Bessie is knocked out of the water with that one.
Oh, yeah. Bessie's just like, well, let me just swim underwater now. Like, never come back out.
Yeah.
So there's two, like, really big sightings that I'd like to talk about. One was in Arizona, of course. I feel like this is a very Arizona thing.
That is a very Arizona thing.
Were two cowboys.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm already down. I believe them already.
Yeah. They thought that they shot and killed a large bird. Which, imagine, like, seeing, like, something that's, like, 93 feet long.
You just shoot it.
Yeah.
That's very Arizona.
But I think that this was, like, smaller than the 93-foot Thunderbird.
It was like a baby Thunderbird.
Maybe it was like a baby, yeah. In actuality, when they saw what they shot, it had no feathers, the head of an alligator, and described it as looking like a pterodactyl.
So, like, Quetzalcoatl.
Yes. Absolutely.
I can't find a picture of fucking Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, but they also described it as, like, a dragon. But also it's two Arizona cowboys, so I trust them, no matter what they say. I trust
them, yeah, so much.
I was gonna pop a bunch of picture of cars, yeah. Been through it. So the second sighting is a bit more interesting, even though that first one was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
This is in Missouri. So, like, these take place in, like, Illinois and Missouri, by the way.
Yeah.
So, Midwest. And in 1977, in Logan County, Illinois, this one isn't in Missouri. I failed. Right. 3 boys were playing in a backyard when 2 apparent Thunderbirds landed in the backyard.
Whoa.
2 of the boys ran away, and one was lifted off the ground by 2 feet and carried in the air before the boy fought out of its grasp. Whoa. I think that the birds were probably reported smaller, because I can't imagine 2 90-foot birds sitting in someone's backyard.
Just landing in your backyard and chilling.
But this, like, became such a problem in Missouri that the citizens...
Both of these things that we've talked about, something has happened in Missouri.
I know. maybe the Thunderbird is getting the cattle.
Maybe.
But, like, all the citizens started writing letters to the St. Louis mayor. Whoa. Being like, dude, this is a problem. There are big birds everywhere. And the mayor set a trap, then caught a blue heron, and then called it a day. He was like, yeah, this is the bird we're talking about.
This is the bird.
This is the bird that lifted your boy.
Oh my god.
And, there was, when people see it, like, they think it's a plane, like a jet plane.
Holy fuck. Can you imagine a bird that's just as big as a plane?
Like, that's so bad.
That's
scary.
Horrifying.
But the most recent sighting was actually a year ago
in
Alaska. And they were like, yeah, that's a jet plane. Then they looked closer and saw it. It was like a bird. Like, they saw it flapping its wings. Oof. And it's, like, wild. Yeah, so the fact that it kind of, like, lifted a child. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't feel like... Let's say that you are a parent. And you have 3 kids. You're a busy, hardworking parent. And your child, like, gets lifted into the air.
Oof.
By a giant jet plane-sized bird.
A jet plane-sized bird.
Like, imagine trying to, like, talk about that. Being like, oh, yeah, like, the reason why he's, like, traumatized is because He was lifted by a jet plane-sized bird. Also, I just don't really see it as, like, I mean, yeah.
Like, why would you lie about seeing a jet plane-sized bird in your backyard?
Why would you lie about seeing your child lifted by a jet plane-sized bird?
I guess if you wanted to seem like a better parent, like, you were like, I didn't let them run around in the fucking woods for half an hour. They got lifted away by a jet plane-sized bird.
But also, you could just be like, you know.
He got attacked by a coyote.
Yeah, like he fought a coyote off.
Yeah. That's just so weird. Like, that's such a weird thing to lie about and to claim that you saw.
Yeah, I feel like so cryptozoologists refer to the thunderbird as...
I wish I were a cryptozoologist.
Honestly, me too. I was reading about it today and I was like, wow, I'm changing my future.
Changing my major. Cryptozoology.
Bye-bye, SBA. Just kidding. No. So, they refer to it as a modern-day dinosaur. Because they're like, maybe there's some, like, pterodactyls left.
Maybe there are some pterodactyls left.
And they're, like, hiding places, you know? And so they call them thunderbirds. Just to be like, you know, this correlates with, like, Native American culture, kind of. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like maybe they saw them and wrote about it. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all I've got. I thought that would take longer.
Yeah. Wow. Well.
I don't know. I mean, we could just talk about video games.
Right? We could have a 20-minute video game talk this time.
Maybe just 10 minutes. We'll end it at 50, but...
Yeah, probably. Yeah, wow. Weird. So, we've talked about weird cow stuff. Weird
plain birds. Bessie, my love.
Bessie, our love and light, Bessie.
If I find Bessie, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm gonna keep her safe because I love her.
It's like of Phineas and Ferb where they're like at the beach or whatever and they find like a lake monster or they're at like a lake.
Oh, that. Oh, you know the one in Gravity Falls?
Yes.
Where they try to find Nessie, but it's just a robot. Sorry, spoiler alert, but. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly,
the lake
I was
nose
thinking
monster,
about.
That's right, the lake nose monster.
Oh God, I remember this episode. Bitch. You know what I was thinking. So you know how the search for Nessie has been dying down.
Yeah. Because
they scoured that whole lake for Nessie. So hear me out. Nessie has 2 homes.
She has a summer home.
Exactly. Like maybe, or No, I don't think Nessie can turn invisible and fight Bessie. I was about to say that maybe Bessie was just fighting Nessie.
There's some rivalry happening.
Yeah, there's some rivalry, but I don't know. Maybe somehow there's a passage between...
There's an underground passage that nobody's discovered between Scotland and fucking Lake Erie.
What is the lake called again? It has to do with the...
Loch Ness.
Is it just that?
It's Loch Ness, yeah, the Loch Ness monster, Nessie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, maybe there's a passage from that lake to Lake Erie, somehow. Hear me out.
Maybe she just does it at night so
if Nessie is a powerful creature,
she's a benevolent
this big sea monster that Phineas is taming.
Petting.
Taming.
Domesticating.
Then maybe she could totally be powerful enough to swim like a submarine. To Lake Erie. I mean, the exact same appearance. Or there's just another species of dinosaur.
Maybe there are just dinosaurs still around and we just are stupid enough to not notice.
Yeah, and we're like, haha, look at this cryptid.
Yeah, we're like, that's not real. And the dinosaurs are like, what the fuck, man?
What the... You thought the meteor destroyed me?
Are you serious? You thought I could be destroyed by a mere rock?
By a rock?
By a space rock? I wish.
Anyways.
It's just going to be Jurassic Park in a few years. All the dinosaurs that
the Bessies come out.
Yeah, all of the dinosaurs that we thought were dead are like...
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna domesticate every single Bessie. And just rule the world whenever they try to take over.
All the Bessies.
I'll be like the queen of Bessies.
The queen of Bessie. Oh my god.
Yeah. If you were a cryptid, what cryptid would you be?
Oh man.
Hitting you hard here.
Oof. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I want to say I'd be something cool, like the Jersey Devil, but I think I'd be like something really lame.
I'd be like Bessie. I'd be Nessie's like weird cousin. Exactly. Yeah, let's look at a list of cryptids.
Wait, is there like what cryptid are you test? Because we're gonna take it.
Oh yeah, then you guys are gonna hear some click.
Bitch.
Oh.
What cryptid are you? Personality quiz. Fuck yeah. Wait, whoa, there's like an official website. We're gonna take 2 then. This is what this has turned into.
Wait.
There's a website, or wait, no, it's not. It's a Weebly quiz. Whatever. We'll do it. Start. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go.
How big are you? How big are you? Small size, medium sized, average size, above average size?
Apparently, I'm a drink at like Sonic.
Are you a Route 44 or?
I'll go with the solid above average.
What is your favorite type of food? Seafood, anything salty or sugary?
That's very different.
Barbecue, tropical smoothie, or fruit snacks? I don't have a favorite food.
Anything sugary or salty.
How competitive are you?
Somewhat assertive.
How much time do you spend with friends and family?
Extremely outgoing.
Do others find you good looking?
Average looking with some nice
How would you rate
This
your
is just
intelligence?
roasting me.
It really
Wait.
is. How would you rate your intelligence?
First non-intellectual pursuit.
We're doing that one.
Okay.
What is your athletic
None.
ability? How much do you like traveling?
I love to travel.
You got Bigfoot.
Alright guys, I'm Bigfoot now.
I am Bigfoot. Okay, well now it's my turn. We have another website, so we'll take 2 and we'll
Yeah, you guys should comment what like your cryptid is. Like you guys should be taking this quiz too.
Yeah, for sure. This is Weebly, the cryptid personality quiz.
Yeah.
I don't want to like reiterate all the questions, but I guess. How much time do you spend with friends and family? Small groups. Do others find you good looking? I don't know.
Is there like an I don't know option for all of these?
I'm just gonna say average.
It's just like you are the cryptid.
Yeah, you are a cryptid. What is your athletic? None. How much do you like traveling? Bigfoot!
Oh my god,
fuck?
we're both big feet.
We're both Bigfoot. Okay,
Big
let's
feet.
take this one. I'll take this one first this time so that we can fucking...
Yeah, mix
It
it
also,
up.
it asked me to enter my name, which is a bit weird, but okay. That's the government. Oh, Jesus. This one has a lot of...
Oh no.
Oh, no. This is just gonna become like a fucking D&D podcast now.
I'm so sorry, guys.
When trying to make a new friend, how do you approach them? Answers. Please choose 1 out of the, 10. Oh, God. I'm always nervous about approaching people, so I try to wait or to catch their attention until they strike up a conversation with me first.
I guarantee you Bessie isn't on this list. I'm
Yeah,
mad.
for sure.
Justice for Bessie.
Oh, Jesus.
I would say justice for Thunderbird, but I'm pretty sure the Thunderbird tried to kill a child. So I don't think I should say that.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not good at making friends. I don't really...
This is such a long list.
This is
How
so
many
long.
questions are there?
I think, 10, probably. Oh, 23!
Oh!
Jesus Christ!
Maybe we
Oh
find
my
a different
God.
quiz.
Yeah, this is too fucking long. I'm sure it'll be really accurate, but this is too much. I'd be the Fresno Nightcrawler, tag yourself. Like I said, I really want to say that I'd be like the Jersey Devil or something really dope, but I don't think I would be.
No, I literally feel like I'd be Bessie. Listen,
I'd be
me and Bessie, we from Michigan, right?
I'd be a literal demon. Oh, okay, this one is easier. Okay, this is 12 questions.
Oh, Red, what is your age?
What is your age? 18 to 24. Fuck yeah. What is your gender? Female. Wow, did you just assume that I have a gender? Sorry.
It's okay.
If you can choose any element, what element would it be?
I feel like if you were to pick water, it's gonna be like, well, you're Nessie now.
Yeah, you're Nessie. I'm gonna say Earth. What's your favorite color? Blue. This is gonna give me Nessie. Which word describes you the most? I don't know. You'll have to answer it. Graceful,
Graceful,
smelly, mean, hungry, helpful, or cool.
Cool.
I'm not.
But
we'll
you
put it.
are.
Cool. What color is your hair? Black. Wow, it doesn't have colors. You're fucked.
Oh shit.
What color are your eyes?
Well, I mean, I'm originally blonde. It's fine.
Indigo. Who has indigo eyes?
Yeah, but they didn't put pink
They
for
didn't-
hair
yeah,
color.
They didn't put colored hair, but they put like indigo. For
I'm gonna
eye
sue.
color.
I'm gonna sue
Which
you,
place
go-to
would
quiz.
you want to go? Cornwall, England, New Guinea,
One of them is a lake.
Chile, Arctic Circle.
I would
or-
laugh if it said like Loch Ness.
Yeah, right. It just says like New Jersey.
Jersey.
I'm gonna. That sounds cool. The Arctic Circle. It's gonna be Bigfoot again. If you could have anything out of the following, what would it be? Sword, fireproof suit,
This is so specific.
submarine, airplane, or warm clothes. Fireproof suit. 'Cause
Warm clothes.
Which season is your favorite? Summer. Or, well, no, spring. What do you like to do on a Saturday night? Take a dip in the hot tub? Hang
What
with
hot
friends?
tub?
Party? Go skiing? Fly to another country? Or go swimming?
This is assuming that this website's paying for this, right?
Yeah, also, none of these is my option of what I like to do on a Saturday night. I like to sleep.
Yeah, hello.
I guess if I had a hot tub,
Go swimming?
If I had a hot tub, I would take
Did
a
you
dip
like
in the
this
hot
quiz?
tub. No.
It's like, wow, you're the devil then.
What is that?
What?
Sh-
You live
Cheerios?
inside a volcano?
I live inside a volcano in Chile, and I lay eggs with crystals on them. Let me look up a picture of this, so that I can put it up. The fuck?
Oh, look at
Whoa!
that.
I'm a dope ass thing. I'm a dope ass lava
You're like
monster.
a weird lava lizard.
Yeah, that's cool. I can get down with that. I can get down with being a weird, like, lava
I'm
lizard
mad that they wouldn't
creature.
let me put my hair as pink. I need to
Oh
do
my
that.
god, this is a YouTube video called whatever the name is, Cryptids that might exist. Wow. So apparently I am a weird lava lizard thing that lives inside a volcano.
I want to know what I am now, because this is like really strange.
Yeah, right? This has like some different ones. We're gonna change here, you can take the quiz now.
Okay. Restart.
Oh wait, shit. Yes, confirm resubmission. Oh, damn it, no.
No, that didn't do it.
How the fuck?
Just hit the back button several times.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Just hit it again. Which one was it?
I don't fucking remember.
I think it's you
Ooh,
quiz.
there's a Playbuzz quiz. Okay, here.
I just gotta change my answers. I'm the same.
Yeah.
Same. I would water.
Favorite color? There's not even pink for what's your favorite color.
Dang. Okay.
This is messed up.
Blue. Okay, you have to tell me.
I mean, like, cool. I get like I don't. I guess we'll put
Blondes, because that's what it was before. Yeah.
what color are your eyes?
Hazel.
Ooh, what place do you want to go?
I don't want to go overseas. I'll go to Canada.
Yeah, Canada's nice. If you could have anything out of the following, what would it be?
I guess an airplane.
Yeah, right.
Wait, warm clothes. I want warm clothes.
Warm clothes. What season is your favorite?
Spring, maybe.
What do you like to do on a Saturday night?
Hang with friends.
And we're gonna say that you don't like this quiz. You're a lake monster. You're the alkali lake monster.
Oh yeah, pull that one up.
Okay, this is weird.
Oh, it says I smell bad.
Aw.
It
This
just came from
creature
my wig.
This creature is known for its pungent smell. No, you're not.
Hey, look up Alkali Lake Monster.
These are weird, like, specific cryptids. Whoever made this is like,
But I want an airplane.
yeah, alkali lake monster. Oh, it's like another dinosaur-looking thing.
Okay, so I'm a lake dinosaur. I look like that, I guess.
Yeah. Also, I guess here. Wait, let me check.
Frightening. We have a laugh track now.
So I guess we can talk about. This is the video game portion of our show now.
Oh, yeah, we are in that stretch.
Yeah, we're in that stretch of time where we talk about video games finally.
I have no other game right now to talk about other than Persona 5. And I feel like I talked about it last week.
I just want to, like, talk about Borderlands 3 because I'm very excited.
Oh, you know what? I have something to say.
Ooh.
Do you know the McElroys?
Yeah.
So they had like a fundraiser thing recently. And they were trying to make an RPG tabletop game called The Dadlands.
Oh my god.
Where it's like a bunch of dads fighting each other. And it's different
Dude,
types of dads.
That's amazing. It's like a...
Like barbecue dad, like, you know, like soccer dad.
Fucking Dream Daddy, but like an RPG.
Yeah, an RPG played by dads.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. What?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like, but it like didn't get funded, and that was gonna be really sad.
I mean, like, it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
They weren't funding that. They were funding just in general for them to have podcasts.
Yeah.
There I am.
Here's us.
This is us together.
Yeah, this is a picture of both of us.
Behind the microphone.
Yeah.
You might think that I have pink hair, but I'm actually that weird dinosaur. Oh yeah, we did talk about Animal Crossing last week.
We did, yeah.
Well, Persona 5.
Yeah, Persona
is a
5.
very fun game about a group of high schoolers that, like, they, like, make people confess their crimes by going inside of their minds and changing their hearts. And it's really fun. The first palace is weird. So, like, don't judge it based on that, because the game was just making a lot of mistakes with that one. But it's a fun game. I mean, like, I always played it in Tennessee with my friend Hannah.
Mm.
So, like, that's how I started loving it.
Oof, we have some questions. Do you play PC? I do. Personally, I play PC.
I have a Mac.
I play PC. I used to play PC more because I had, like, an actual PC set.
But I do have Wine Bottler, so I can play games on my Mac, but it's like Guadalajara.
Yeah.
Like Guadalajara and the Great Blue Sea, which is a great game. I like RPG games, but it's never like League of Legends.
Borderlands, like, the Handsome Collection, it went on sale on Steam the other day, and I bought it again for my PC. Because I have, like, a gaming laptop, so I was like, fuck yeah. So I've been playing that. And then, like, I play Nancy Drew games a lot. I don't know if anybody knows what those are, but, like, I fucking love them so much.
Yeah.
Do you like or dislike Epic Store?
I have no knowledge.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't...
Google it. Because we probably know it. We just...
Oh, okay.
Oh. I use Steam.
Yeah, I use Steam more than anything. I have, like, some games from different websites, because, like, I play King's Quest, which are, like, pretty old PC games, like 80s PC games, or Space Quest.
Yeah.
And, like, those aren't on Steam. They're on, like, different websites, so I download them from, like, different websites.
You know what game I played? It's on PS4. I played it on the club president's PS4 account when he was gone. It's called Towerfall Ascension.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm really bad at it because I always run out of arrows, but I love to jump on people's heads and kill them that way because I'm bad at games, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to be good at them, but I'm bad at them.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I love video games, and I love playing video games, but I'm so trash. Like... Like, I'm trash at video games, but they make me happy.
Like, even when playing, like, Undertale and, like, Deltarune and stuff, like, I'm so bad at it because bullet hell games are not my thing. I wanted to play Cuphead. I never touched it because I knew that I would fail.
I tried to play Cuphead with my boyfriend the other week. Fuck no. I hated it. It's so difficult. I hate games that are difficult to the point where, like, you can't have fun playing it because you're just like, I can't win.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't do this. We didn't even play it for that long, but I was, like, done with it, like, the first 10 minutes.
You know what games I really love?
Ooh.
The Zelda games.
Yes. Majora's Mask is...
Oh, I was about to say that. Majora's Mask is my favorite.
It's my favorite, yeah. It's, like, I just like how it's, like, more spoopy. It is, like, spoopy.
Yeah, and, like, timer things stress me out,
Yeah.
but, like, that one, like, stressed me out in a good way.
Yeah. It's, like...
Because it was, like, I knew that, like...
I did hate Cuphead. I'm sorry. It's just, ugh. Like,
I love the way that they made it. Like,
Yeah.
it's so interesting. The music is great, but it's just hard to play.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh. Like, it's so annoying. Like I said, I don't like movies that make me super sad, because why the fuck would I do that? My life is already sad enough. And I don't like video games that are hard to the point where I can't play them and be happy. Because, like, again, why? My life is already difficult enough. I'd rather, like, play Borderlands where I can at least manage to, like, skate by.
Oh, we've got 15 seconds.
Oof. Damn.
Oof.
By fast.
Yeah. Well, I'll figure out another game to talk about next week, maybe.
Yeah, right.
But
Well,
I know I'm just gonna be playing Persona more. So.
Yeah, Borderlands 3 will be an exclusive on the Epic Store until April, which makes me very not happy.
It's April.
Oh, well, yeah. Until April. Until April what?
It's April 5th.
Yeah. But it's, like, pre-order right now. It's not, like, it's only, like, pre-order. So.
Okay, well.
I don't understand this. Maybe this is just me. I don't understand why you would pre-order a video game. Like.
Yeah, just buy it.
Yeah, just buy it when it comes out. Why would you pre-order it for more money? I usually wait until, like, it's been out for a year and then the price goes down a little bit.
Maybe I'll try to find my charger and play Animal Crossing, and then next week at the end I'll tell you all the fun things I did in my town.
I wish I have, like, a 3DS and everything. I can't fucking find my Animal Crossing.
I can't find my charger.
I can't find my Animal Crossing.
I haven't been there in months, and I'm so sorry, Isabel.
I've just been playing, I've been replaying Pokemon games. Like,
Oh, yeah, I let my sister play all of my Pokemon games right now. But I'll play them again. Okay, well.
It's been good.
It's been good, gamers. I mean, now when you see me, don't refer to me as, Lindsay. You refer to me as Alkali Lake Monster.
Yeah, you refer to me as Lake Monster. You refer to me as Volcano.
Or is it Alkali?
Alkali.
It's probably Alkali, because isn't that like a chemical thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
And then you can refer to me as a lava lizard.
See, I'm a water lizard and you're a fire lizard.
Oh, it goes together.
Sick.
Go together. Great.
Radical.
Rad.
Whenever I make posters for this, I'll put them on there.
Oh my god. We need to make a new thumbnail. We need to make it like a water.
I'm gonna put posters around the school and hand them out in like Union Square. So.
Yeah, because we need to break that viewer record, 36, or listener record.
Yeah, then we'll hunt Bigfoot.
Yeah, we'll hunt Bigfoot and the Drizzy Devil and whatever the fuck else.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in to this episode of Monster Mash, episode 5.
See you later, gamers.
See you later. See you later, gamers.
Alkali out.
Lava lizard, peace.